live. Yay, welcome.
Woo.
Throw this out on Twitter. And we are the Pathological Nerdcasters Network. Or part of that, anyways. We have me, Jason Hancock, as the pseudo-host, trying to run this thing. And then we have Brian Everett, Cloak and Meeple. Say hi.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
We have Oscar, a.k.a. Doc Logan.
Hello.
And we have TC from the Tattered Board Podcast.
We are recording this weekend and we're posting something, I promise.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, I know it's going down. I'm committed. I'm going down with the ship.
Did you ever put up the PDX age stuff?
No. I took a vacation for the past 2 months.
Oh my goodness! Right. Good thing we recorded that.
Yeah. There we go. That's all that matters, right?
Right. So I thought we'd do a couple different segments. Hopefully Craig will be joining us because both Craig and Brian were at Origins this last week, or 2 weeks ago now, right?
However long it was. I'm still recovering. So.
So I figured we'd talk a little bit about that, and then maybe hit. I know there's a couple of Kickstarters I want to talk about, and maybe we'll save that for the end if there's anything. Our P500s in TC's case.
Thank you.
It's kind of the same thing, sort of.
Yeah.
But I thought we'd start off just talking a little bit about some of the games we've been playing that we've really enjoyed as of late. You want to start it off, Oscar? Have you been playing anything good? I know you've gotten a ton of reviews in. Is there anything that was just standing out, published or non-published?
New right now, I have been playing Wilhelm.
Oh,
is that the new one?
The new one, yeah. The 3 versions, Alliance, Fellowship, and the other one.
Can you put the box back up? I want to see it.
This is the box inside the box.
There we go.
A box that has 4 boxes, 3 of the games, and 1 blank box.
Oh, wow.
Here you can see it a little better this way.
Yeah. It's all fancy. Nice.
Yeah, they are all interchangeable. You can make a big mega deck, so you can play with a lot of people and change the different jobs you have.
That is cool. But that's an older game, right?
Yeah, it's just a reboot.
The what?
No, it's not a reprint. It's more like a reboot, remake, something. They are retaining the game.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. What else? I haven't written the rules for Fast and Fatang, but so far it's a little weird.
Is that like Thunder Alley with Cthulhu monsters?
It's more like a Tulu 500. It's an old Atlas game, yeah, but retheme or something with Fast and Furious.
Yeah. Did you get that for review?
No, I get that because I am awesome. Yeah.
I would have picked it up, but that's great.
But I feel sad to pay. I don't like it that it's a 3+ game. I don't like 3+ games because I like a 1-on-1 or plus. So.
Yeah. Is that's going to be on Kickstarter? Or is
that is already.
No, it's straight to publishing.
It's out.
Okay. It's out.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was. I remember seeing something about it, and it looked interesting just because it was Cthulhu, and you know.
yeah. Every Cthulhu play. Past year was zombies.
Wait. So, anything else you've been playing?
Playing Tesla. I'm programming tomorrow to play Zombicide, all the big bugs with all the different expansions. I don't know, a friend got it, and we're planning on playing it. Copycat, it was fun. I think you, Brian, you got it, yeah?
Yep, I do. I had that.
It's a fun game. It's kind of weird because it's not the same playing it in Spanish because all the words are in English. So if anybody doesn't know the word, you have to take it over, explain the word, explain some synonyms, and then get it back to the table and carry on.
Huh.
That would make it interesting.
But in an English environment, it will be better.
Sweet. Sorry, I was trying to deal with apparently technical difficulties. Trying to figure out the Q&A because Maggie said it wasn't working. Sweet. So, also, what have you been playing, TC?
What have I been playing? Well, last week I talked about been playing more of Washington's War here. This blows Star Wars Rebellion to pieces.
What?
This is an amazing, amazing game. This might actually be the game I introduce people to wargaming with. This is an awesome entry-level war game. I've been really impressed with this thing. This has been really, really good. And that led me to try this monster, which is Empire of the Sun, which I played once, and holy crap, this is the entire Pacific War in one box. Talk to me again in 3 months on that one. And I've actually been playing this solitaire game, the Silent Victory Pacific, U.S. subs in the Pacific 41 through 45. This is interesting. This isn't so much a game as it is a simulation. It's a solitaire game. And wow, you want to know how incredibly hard it was to be a submariner in World War II in the Pacific? That will do it. That I did 3 patrols, hit a mine in Japan, and blew up my sub and was done. There was like nothing you can do about it. Just boom, fiberless, you're done. Just dead, yap, you're dead. And what was really funny was I named my submarine the USS Scorpion, which is an actual historic submarine. Was long, it never knew until it appeared, and I think it got hit by mine, which is what happened to mine. So those are games I've been playing and enjoying.
What's the how much tons of dice rolling in the Silent Victory?
That's all it is. You look up charts and you roll dice. Everything's a dice roll. There's like hardly any tactical. Like the only choice you have is like do I fire medium range, long range, or short range. And you get like bonuses depending on what happens. But yeah, you just roll dice and see what happens.
But is there any way to mitigate any of that? I mean, is it just basically like Axis and Allies? Just you hope
you can mitigate it a little bit. Like you can advance your crew and it's like a -1 on some rolls. You can fire your submarine at 9 and it's a +1 to hit. But you're rolling like a 2d6 on most everything. So it's like if you fail huge. It's like I gotta roll a 7 or less. I rolled a 10. That missed. And even if your torpedoes hit, the beginning of the war, like more than half of them were duds because that was a historic fact. So like, I got 5 hits, right? Let's see if I roll a 6-sided die and 1 to 4 is a dud. Dud, 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 dud. Oh crap! Here comes the escort. Oh, this isn't going to be good. I'm here deep dive. I took a lot of damage. That's bad, and they're still depth charging me. This is really bad. You like go back into port. You've got like all this damage. Well, how much did you sink? None. All my torpedoes were duds. Oops.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. It's not much of a game. It's more of a simulation, but it's a lot of fun.
Going back to Washington's War, is it a lot like Rebellion in the same aspect as far as one trying to hide and the other one trying to find base or whatever?
It's Washington's War. It's the political control of colonies. The Americans win if they control 7 or more. The British win if they control 6 or more. And if no one wins, the British win by default. Oh. So it's colony control, and there's like different colonies have different territories you have to control. Like Delaware's 1, but New York's 7. And it actually plays shorter than Star Wars Rebellion. You can play in about 90 minutes.
Oh, really? Well, I mean, once you learn Rebellion, you can play in an hour and 90 minutes, but it does take quite a bit. Did we lose Brian again? Technical
Well,
difficulties?
wow, I ran him off with Washington's board. Well, it's a good
Apparently.
game, guys, I promise. I'll show it to you, Jason. It's pretty cool because you can move on the board, you can retreat, you can attack from different angles. Your generals have different battles ratings, and it's really, really good.
Yeah,
I've been.
Is that a GMT game?
Yeah, I know, a 90-minute GMT game. Who would have thought? Yeah.
Right?
It's like, really? Yeah. And maybe it's about 2 hours to teach it. Because the first time you play, you're going to be like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could do that. Oh, you can do that too. And you know all that, huh, TC? Yes, I did.
Right?
And the battle system is really nice too. It's real quick. You just add 6 numbers together, roll a die, and add to it, and you win or lose. Quickly roll casualties, and that's it. And Star Wars, have those cards. You roll dice. Okay, we got an air battle. Okay, now we go to a ground battle. Okay, now we go. Okay. This one's boom, 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 done. You lose. Fun.
Nice. The thing of it is with the Rebellion's combat system, it's pretty straightforward too, but there's not a lot of choices there either.
Yeah, there's no strategy to it. You can't go into a system from one way and get an advantage. And it's we all hit together. I have a bunch of plastic because I'm the Empire. I have 2 things in the Rebellion. Do we even need to roll dice? They're just going to stomp me. Yeah. Okay, hang on. Let's start. Wow, you won. Okay, cool.
Exactly. Brian, you make it back?
Anybody?
You scared them all off, TC.
I did. Myself. Wow. But yeah, we completely lost. I was going to ask him about Wrath of the Dragons too.
I know. Hopefully he gets back on. Yep. Sweet. Well, I've been playing. What did I get to play? I played a ton on Saturday. I had my meetup, and then we went over to friends and played. I played a 2-player Shakespeare.
How is that?
At my meetup. I like it. You back, Oscar?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
It's okay.
How do you play Shakespeare?
Huh?
How do you play Shakespeare?
Shakespeare with the 2 players is pretty interesting. I'm not a big bidding guy. There's a few games I like that are bidding, but this one you bid how many actions you're going to take, and whoever bids the lowest amount of actions gets a point and gets to go first. And the point is a pretty big deal. You probably score 15, 20 points maybe in a game. So, but the bidding of actions is pretty cool. So you're kind of looking to see, well, I really need to do this, this, and this. I think they're going to bid, 4 actions or 3 actions. And is that point that big of a deal to get that extra action that you want, and being able to and having to go second or third or what, if you have more players? So pretty cool. I like that bidding of actions as opposed to bidding money or something like that. It's different. And some of the actions are you got to dress your actors, and each actor you get to choose one of the actions you do, plus your regular actions is you pick up a new actor. And at the end of the game, you've got to be able to pay for all your actors, or you lose points too. So, pretty cool, pretty interesting, very brain-burning.
Yeah.
As far as kind of the meta game of it, pretty trying to figure out what everybody's going to do. So, and trying to squeeze out as many actions as you can, or try to squeeze out as many things to do with as few as actions as possible. Because there's a way to get bonus actions. There's a couple tracks, and you can get moved up those tracks. You can get some bonus actions and stuff too. So, pretty cool. I really liked it. Hoping that my next meetup I'll be able to play 3 or 4s, because I think it really shine there. The other one I played, I think that's about the only new one that I played. I taught Sonia, my wife, Tricarion, which I played it now that'd be the third time playing it. And you back, Brian?
Kind of. Maybe.
You went away. Come back, Brian. Come back.
I'm using my phone now because I've given up on the computer.
Oh. Computer issues?
Yeah, for some reason it was like everything went into like weird, trippy, slow-mo something, so it was really strange.
Nice. Well, hopefully this works out better for you.
I hope so.
So, I got to play Trick Carry On again and really liked it. Of course, that's my third time, and Sonya really liked it. So I'm hoping to see that hit the table more, and that I feel more comfortable teaching it and setting it up. Setting it up is kind of a pain. So, but really digging that. Glad I backed that, and so looking forward to Anachrony by Mind Clash Games.
How available is Trick Carry On at this point? Are you gonna be able to get it if you back that other game?
Yeah, Anachrony, you could have got it then too. I think they're going to do a reprint of it, I'm sure. From Mind Clash Games. But you didn't play that yet, TC, have you?
I watched you play it as a kid.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to play it. Mike still really keeps talking about it. So.
Well, you guys come up to meetup and we'll play it.
That's the problem, isn't it?
Ooh. So, Brian, what have you been playing?
Well, I've been able to play Harbor from Tasty Minstrel.
It's a nice game.
It is. When I actually went to Origins, Lance the Undead Viking actually handed me this, says you're going to play this and you're going to review it. So that is my mission.
Nice.
So I've been playing that. I've been enjoying it. It's a
It's a good
cool
game. I think it goes well with all those tiny epic games that Scott Alms have been making.
Be curious to see that Lancey Error one, whatever that one is. That new one, the bigger 4X one that Scalms designed that Tasty Minstrel is doing.
Mm-hmm. Is Undead Viking working for Tasty Minstrel now?
I believe he is.
Okay.
Or no, that's not TC Minstrel. I'm getting my companies mixed up. That's oh my good, Michael Coe's company. Gamelin Games is the other one. Sorry.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Getting my Michael Coe and Michael Mendez mixed up. How many times have you played Harbor?
Let's see here. I've played it 3 times and 1 time solo.
Oh, how's it solo?
It's good.
It's interesting. I was actually able to get the bot into a loop, and then he just couldn't do anything. So I was just able just to manipulate the whole game. Oh, that's pretty cool.
What? Just like that.
And then I've also been playing Oh My Gods.
Oh. How is that?
Which is, it's actually really fun. I've always been like a fan of like the Clue style games, so that's like why I like Mysterium and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So this has that deduction kind of Clue style to it, and it's something that's actually pretty fun. Actually, I previewed this before, but now I have the full production copy of it, so this will be reviewed soon as well.
Right on.
And
how does that rate to? I mean, not rate, but how is it like Clue? Do you have hidden cards like Clue then, or Mysterium?
Yeah, you have some god cards in your hand, because what it is somebody stole Zeus's lightning bolt. They have a card, and that's off to the side, and then there are some cards in the middle that you can see, and then everybody else has a hand of cards. So you go there and you say, "Show me God of War," and they have to show you something if they have that in their hand. And if they don't, you go on to the next player. And you have a little sheet, and you mark it down and saying, "Oh, I saw this from this person. I saw this from this person." And you're just trying to eliminate and figure out who has what.
Oh.
It's actually pretty interesting.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I can see the relationship there with Clue, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
TC, what game did you want to ask Brian about?
Wrath of the Dragons. I saw you got a signed copy. My daughter really wants it. I'm not sure to get it. I want to hear about it.
Yes, we actually got to play that at Origins. We sat down to play it. There was a demo or learning the game from another gentleman, so we sat down and actually seen a poster of it before, like not even in the hall, way far off, where like said Wrath of Dragons, because that was the game we were talking about before. But it said a resource destruction game. So we were like, okay, interesting, let's go check this out. So we went to one of the tables and we saw that they were getting ready to play it, and they invited us to sit down, so we sat down and were able to play a couple of rounds of it, and it is really, really fun. So it is the complete opposite of a resource collection game, because you're all dragons, you're swooping in and trying to destroy fields, destroy villages, or eat heroes, or whatever they're called in the game. And you collect these, and then you can spend them to do different things throughout the game. But it's pretty interesting, because if you don't like destroy a village, because every full round you go to sleep for 100 years and you wake up, so the villages could have built up to an even stronger presence. So it is pretty interesting. But halfway through the game, some guys had walked by and said, "Hey, it's a pretty cool game. You know, you can probably get the designer to sign it if you really, really like it." So we were like, "Oh, that's interesting." And then they was teaching us the game, says, "Oh yeah, by the way, I designed the game." So we didn't even know we were playing with the designer until halfway through. So we were all good. It's a good thing we weren't like, "Man, this game is horrible. This game is great." But it was pretty cool. Then we got up with her in the con and were able to find the copy of it for us.
Oh, right on.
I definitely recommend it.
Cool. And can I buy your signed copy?
How long do you think a game will take to play? Hour-ish, probably?
Yeah, probably about an hour, depending on how many players you are. And once you're pretty experienced in it, you can probably knock it out in probably about 5 minutes. But I'd say probably about an hour would be a good length for the game.
Nice.
How does it feel playing it with a designer?
It was pretty cool, because when you play a game with a designer, they teach it in a different way than what other people teach games. So they kind of teach it how they developed it, kind of. But it was actually pretty cool, because he wasn't playing; he was just letting us play, and he was giving us, you know, tips and suggestions as we did things, just to kind of teach us how the game works and how all the stuff is manipulated, and just like the kind of hints about how things should go in the game.
A little bit of strategy tips along with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, no, that looks really interesting, actually.
Yeah, that's going to be my next game, because the next game I get is going to be for Kate, and she's really eyeballing that one. I just wanted to get your opinion of it before I pulled the trigger.
So if it sucks, it's all Brian's
Definitely
fault.
recommend it.
Catalyst games are kind of hit or miss for me as a game company, so I wasn't sure how this was going to stack up.
That's cool.
This is his first game that he actually had like fully published and everything, and I really liked it. I really didn't see anything else that they were so.
Okay.
Sweet. The other one. So, have you guys, three of you, played World's Fair 1893 yet?
Not yet. I'm
No.
hoping to play it tomorrow night.
Have you played that yet, Oscar?
No, not yet. I received a offer to review it, but they didn't send the things I needed. It was a preview copy. They told me, okay, you will need some cubes, you will need some this and this, and then you can do the review, but I never got it. I don't know if they even sent it. And I was so ashamed to ask, so I let it go.
Oh, that's a bummer. That's kind of odd for Randy to drop the ball like that, but that sucks. It's a really good beginning area control game. Hey, Brian, now you're joining twice.
Tempting,
We
kid.
have dual Bryans.
2 Brians.
That's awesome. Is our Q&A working?
I don't, but I don't know how people can get to it.
I just see here, Brian left the chat, Brian joined the chat, Brian left the chat, Brian joined the chat.
Really, the computer boot back up. Did you get it? My links are not working. Yeah, I'm just trying to clean. You got one on the ground there, Brian? Looks like you got one on the ground and one at you.
Well, that one should disconnect eventually, I hope.
Well, hey, wait. Can I hide that? Oh, wait. Can I hide that? I think I can hide that. Hey, see? Can you see it still? I wonder if they can see it.
Oh, no, that's a choice for everyone to ignore silence.
Right? So, we've been playing a lot of World's Fair. It's become kind of my new intro or
Gateway.
Yeah, gateway game. Thank you. Brain fart there. It's become kind of my new gateway game. I like it. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Ticket to Ride, so I mean, it's good. It's a solid game, just not one of my favorite. But it's a great way to introduce the area control mechanic, to friends and stuff, and it's just a fun game. So it presents enough strategy and decisions to keep it interesting, as well as easy to teach and easy to pick up and play. So I've been playing a lot of that lately with some of my quote-unquote non-gaming friends, or ones that aren't as much into it. That one's been a lot of fun. And then I did get to play the Castles of Burgundy card game. I talked a little bit on my last podcast. Yeah, I played it once. It's all right.
It's all right?
It's all right.
Oh, no. Crash and burn.
Yeah, granted, this is my first impressions, and I do want to play it again to give it a fair shake. But if I have a choice between that and the board game, I would choose the board game. The card game is more of a set collection, and the cards are multi-use, which I always like that. I'm a sucker for multi-use card games. Out of the deck, you'll get 6 of them face down, and you get one, and you get one, I think, and then you draw one, and they have dice, and then they also have a building or one of the other things that if you've played Castles of Burgundy, you'll be familiar with. And you'll play that card down, and you'll use that dice number. So you always have a choice of 2 dice numbers. And then on the middle of the table, you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, 1 through 6 on the dice, and then there's a couple of buildings that get dealt out somewhat randomly out between those 1 through 6. And so, just like Castles of Burgundy, when you place down your card with the die, you'll get to do one of the several actions that's somewhat like the original Castles of Burgundy card game. You have 3 or 4 actions that you can take. But instead of comboing and trying to get buildings on a map, you're actually just collecting sets of the different types. Sets of a boat, sets of the buildings, sets of animals. So it's more of a set collection, and it's just is the best way I can describe it for first impressions. I kind of missed rolling the dice in Castles of Burgundy. There's just something about that, and instead of just picking one of the 2 and playing a card, to me, it's a big difference. But I am definitely willing to give it a try again. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but if I have the option between the 2, yeah, I definitely Castles of Burgundy, the board game for me. But
Did Phil design the card game?
Yes, I do believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it tries to do what San Juan did for Puerto Rico. It tries to capture Puerto Rico in a smaller and card-based way, right? Where San Juan really succeeds at that because it doesn't take up a lot of table space. The card game actually takes up almost as much table space as the board game. So in a way, to me,
with all the pile of chits, those giant pile of chits in Castles of Burgundy. Wow, that's a lot of table space.
but you can put piles of chits. You can pile them up in little piles, but.
Or you just throw them on the board like I do.
Yeah, exactly, right? But the card game takes up almost as much room because you have 6 rows of cards that you've got splayed out in the center of everybody, plus your little, I think you have a little card, you have a card in front of you, if I remember correctly, and then your sets, as you built them, kind of sprawl out in front of you. So, I mean, is what I said.
Okay,
yeah,
fair enough. Yeah.
So, but I mean, for $13, I would say yes, which I think is what Gloria picked it up for. So, I mean, if you can get it cheap, it's definitely worth it. And it plays quicker than Castles of Burgundy. It does have that going for it. But I'm not sure if the decisions, once again, this is just a first impression. I don't know if the decisions are as interesting. But that's pretty much been the 2 new ones I've played is Shakespeare and that. Swinging Jive Cat Voodoo Lounge, I've played a couple games of that since I picked it up at PDXH. Really liking that. There's a lot to that, which is kind of surprising.
Has anybody played Mare Nostrum Empires yet?
No, but one of the guys at the meetup has it. I'm hoping to get that played in the next couple of meetups.
Okay, I played it once. I'm real curious what you guys think. That is such an unusual game for Academy Games to publish. I played it once and was like, whoa, this is different. It's, Academy Games are really historic games like, what was it, Freedom, the Underground Railroad, and what else have they done? 1775 and, what was it, Thief. So I get this one. It's not historic at all because you're playing, I had Hercules with Caesar. Huh. For an Academy game, that's odd. Okay, that doesn't even historically happen at all. And the dice are like Roman numerals, so you really have to differentiate between because you hit on 5s. So you roll the dice, and it's like, is that a 4 or 6? And since it's Roman numerals, they look really similar, so you gotta orient the dice towards you to figure out if it's a 4 or a 6. And they're disembodied heads for armies. So it was okay, but I wanted to hear what other people thought of it.
Well, I heard it had some pretty interesting mechanics, though. He was kind of telling me about it as we were getting ready to leave. That had some different type of mechanics, so the combat was pretty simple and whatnot.
The combat was simple. It's like a Civilization game that the board's super tight. So eventually you're gonna keep putting your boats out and. It's from the same designer as Cyclades and Kemet, I think.
Oh, interesting.
So I haven't played either of those games, so I'm curious to hear other opinions on it. It's one of those games where if I would have kickstarted it before actually playing it, I might have been disappointed just because I would have bought it on the strength of the publisher, and it's not what I thought it was going to be. So I was curious on if anybody else thought about it.
It looks pretty. I saw that.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful game. And if you kickstarted the whole 9 yards, you got a 6-player faction. Which you'd have told me if I looked at that wasn't going to be a historic game because it's the Atlanteans. Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
True.
And you could get plastic buildings and stuff and all types of bells and whistles. But I want to hear someone else's opinion on it. I really do. Who doesn't go into it thinking it's an Academy Games historical board game. Because I was kind of tainted by that and played and went, oh, okay.
I wonder if they were just trying something different in from what their usual.
Yeah, it's a reprint for sure. I know it's a reprint of a previously published game. So, but I didn't know that either. It was like someone was teaching it to me. Like, yeah, they changed this, that, and this other thing, and blah blah blah. I'm like, okay.
Have you
and it
played?
had like a different.
Huh? Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
it's got different victory conditions too. That's kind of unusual, but I just want to hear another take on it.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely have to chat about it then after I get a chance to play it. Have you played it, Oscar?
No, not that one.
Have you, Brian?
Nope.
So-
a lot of help.
So I guess I
Right.
gotta go up to a meetup on Saturday with you, Jason. Right? Is that
Next Saturday, yeah.
next Saturday? Okay.
Sounds like a good excuse.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, so I was hoping Craig would join us too, but apparently he got sidetracked or whatnot. But Brian, you got to go to Origins, as you mentioned earlier. How was that?
Yes, it was really good. If I can do a screen share, I can show you. Maybe
Should be able to.
this screen share. You should be
There
able to
you
see
go.
this.
That's your haul.
Oh yeah.
That was our haul from when we came home. 34 games we came home with.
Wow. Did you drive back?
Yes, we're only about an hour and a half away, so it's
I
not
was
that
about to
bad.
say that's one big suitcase.
That's pretty much what it was. It was one big suitcase, and then the big bags you get from Cool Mini not Cool Mini or not, Cool Stuff. So
Where
let's
did
stop.
you go? Oh,
There it goes. Okay.
I was going to say. I was looking. So have you played any of those? Now, I've heard a lot of talk about Dead Last. That seemed to be pretty popular at Origins. Did you get to play that one?
Oh yes, I got to play that with them right there. It is a lot of fun if you have a lot of people, because it is a 6-player minimum game.
Oh, wow.
And I tried to play it with 5 players, and it kind of works, but you really need to have the 6 players.
Is it got roles, or how does it work?
What it is each person has a color. And everybody has a hand of cards that has everybody's color, including your own. And what you're going to do is you're going to, let me just take some of the cards out, because it just makes it easier just to be visual about it.
Yeah.
Okay, you have your hand of cards. So I am the orange player. So I got my guy, so everybody can see that I'm the orange player. So we're all playing, and then I can be like, you're like, hey, who do you want to go? Who do you want to go against? You can be like, well, hey, I think we might be trying to go for the brown guy, or you can kind of like a little scratch there. You can text somebody. You can do whatever you want to do to figure out who you want to target. After about a minute or so of everybody negotiating and trying to figure out who to target, you call for a vote, and then everybody's going to place a card face down. That's who they're voting for. Then 1, 2, 3, you flip it over. Whoever is voted for in the majority is killed. If you did not vote in the majority, you are also out of the game. And then it goes until there are just 2 players. It'll do a final standoff where you can choose to share the loot. You can try to just go ahead and take it all, or you can take one and run. But there's like different outcomes for that, and it's like first one to 24 points is the winner. So even if you're out really early, you're going to be back in about 2 minutes, because that's how long it takes to play the game.
Oh, huh.
Oh,
That sounds interesting.
It's a lot of fun.
That's cool. So Maggie asked, did you, since Brian, you're the only one here that attended,
Yep.
did you get to play Robots from Sherwood Games?
No, I did not.
Epic fail.
Sorry.
You failed at Origins. Maggie says you fail.
So, sorry, Maggie, no. Maybe
Sorry.
Craig did. Whenever, hopefully he gets on before.
I was able to play the Networks with Gil Hova.
Oh, yes, I'm waiting on my copy. Can't wait.
Yes, it was really fun. I really enjoyed that one. That's something that I would probably seek out in the future. If I wasn't over my budget that day, I would have bought it then.
Out of all the other ones?
Well,
You already blow your budget? before you got that far?
That was like our last day.
Man.
Nice.
What was your budget?
We were doing around 150 to 200 a day. That included food too.
Okay.
So $5
Can
in
eat
food.
cardboard?
$5 in food and $145 to $195 in games.
Depending on where you ate, the food is actually really good. I can actually talk about the food too, because I don't know if anybody has been down to the Columbus area, but right across the street is a restaurant called Barley's Brew Pub.
Ooh.
This place is fantastic. If you are a beer drinker, they do brew a lot of their own beverages and stuff that they have there. But one thing that they do is really, really cool is they have a special Origins menu that comes out. So they have everything that's like themed out for Origins, and it's really, really fun. But a lot of the reason that people go there is because in the coupon book that you get when you first go to Origins is you get a free glass.
Oh, cool.
So this nice glass, you know, says Barley's Brew Pub and Origins, and then it has the nice D&D logo.
That's cool.
Because
That's
Wizards
awesome.
was a big sponsor this year. We had gone last year, but they ran out of glasses. But this year they made sure they had plenty of them.
Right on.
There is also a really good place. There's actually a couple local ones for me up in northern Ohio. But there's a place called Melt, which is grilled cheese sandwiches. It's all grilled cheese sandwiches, but these are huge grilled cheese sandwiches the size of your head.
With all kinds of different toppings and stuff.
But see here, when I went, I had the chicken and waffles grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh my goodness.
You're going to die an early death.
And then Will had a deep fried Monte Cristo.
Oh, God.
And
Nice.
we both only had a half sandwich, but the half sandwiches are like, you know, honking this big. But it is excellent. It's probably about 7 blocks from the con, so you walk it off as you go back to the convention center.
So then Maggie asks, can you compare Origins to other con experiences? How did it hold up? All reports I've heard were super positive about it.
Well, I can only compare it to last year because that's the only con I've ever been to. So
There you go.
the only issue that I could say was the first day on Wednesday, the line to get your badges was over an hour long.
Yeah, that's typical, I think.
But we had heard that computers had gone down like first thing in the morning, and we got there about 10, and the badge line had opened at 8.
Oh.
And we were waiting about an hour. I knew of a few people that waited about an hour and a half, an hour 45 minutes, just to get in.
Oh, that sucks.
And then also they do this like soft open, which kind of weirds some people out. I don't mind it, but the first day, Wednesday, only half of the convention center is open.
There was no dealers, right? Dealers hall.
Yeah, the dealer hall's not open. You can only go into the gaming hall.
Right.
So you can kind of get the lay of that land, and then the next day it's full on.
I think that's a pretty manageable way of doing it. It seems pretty fair.
That way there's not a big mad rush and everything.
Is there a 24-hour gaming at Origins?
There is not. We actually closed the gaming hall down every night because they closed down around 2 a.m.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you have any conventions down there, Oscar, that you go to in Mexico?
Well, I go to 3 yearly, religiously. The Convención de Juegos de Mesa y Comics, there's like comics and games convention. But the games are me and a couple guys demoing games or whatever we have. So I bring Roll for It, I bring Suro, I bring Gateway games, and some of the heavier games, I don't know, Tesla, I will bring Fast Fatang, Guild House. I bring whatever I can and feed in my bag because I mean, it's not like I have a big truck to move everything. But that is on April, July. It's one on the 15, 17, and 18, and another one in November, October.
Oh, in November?
Yeah. So it's 3 on the year here in Monterrey, and there are some on Mexico City, but I don't go there. Too far away from me.
How far are you from Mexico City?
Like a 12-hour drive, maybe 8 hours if I go full speed.
Oh. Nice.
Hey, you mind if I ask you some questions? I'm looking at the hotness here at Origins, the buzz. Did you play Mythic Veil?
I did not. We saw that being played, and it looked really, really cool. And they kind of teased you because we were looking at like the sell wall, and they had a box up there. We're like, "Ooh, this looks cool. Maybe we'll just go ahead and buy it." Like, "Oh, it's not for sale. We're only raffling them off."
Yeah.
No wonder it was buzz at number one.
Yeah, because they had it sitting up there as if you could buy it, but it's actually pretty interesting because it has this like clear card sleeves that you like build the cards up. It's interesting, but I didn't get a chance to play it because the tables were always full.
Okay, but you actually got to see it, and it looked pretty cool. What you saw?
It looked pretty interesting.
Let's see here. Codename Pictures. I'm assuming that's just codename with pictures.
It's codenames with. Oh, I see Mystic Veil right there.
Oh,
Oscar has it.
Yeah, you talk about it. I told them.
But yeah, the codename Pictures has like black silhouettes, and it's the same game, but you're using these just black silhouettes. It looks interesting. It looks a lot harder than regular codenames, which I'm horrible at, but I still love playing.
Dead Winter, The Long Night. Did you see that one?
I did see it. I was a little upset because I pre-ordered it, and my pre-order came 2 days ago, and they were selling it there. So, but
okay, we won't talk about that one then. Did you Emotap? Has anybody actually played Emotap?
I saw Patrick playing it. Patrick had it. So they were
was he
playing.
Thrilled?
It's kind of like one of those games where you just stare at the board and you're like, okay, what am I gonna do?
I saw like super huge cubes on it. It looked pretty interesting.
It is pretty interesting. I saw it being played. We were thinking about buying it, but it just didn't quite strike us.
Oh, I'm sure I'm going to have to pick it up. Because Kate loves Dead of Winter. Guilds of London?
No.
Okay.
I didn't even see that one.
Dominion Empires. I'm assuming that's an expansion for Dominion.
That's okay. Well, every year, whatever.
And Royals, isn't that the Dice Tower Essentials game?
I think so.
Okay, that's all I got.
The one game that wasn't out that I played that I really liked was Potion Explosion.
That sounds
I've
promising.
heard of this one.
Yes, that one was a blast. That one's supposed to be coming out at Gen Con, and it is on my buy list. So you're playing like a little like alchemist student, and what you have this slanted track with marbles in it, and what you're going to do is you're going to pick a marble, and then if any two clack together that are the same color, it explodes and you can take those. But then if more clack together with the same color, you can keep on taking them. And then you have a reserve pool, and you have some potions you're trying to make. And when you make a potion, you get points for that, but then the potion can also do things. Like it can make like certain marbles wild. It can make it where you can grab 3 marbles from a row and all kinds of stuff. It was a lot of fun, and the tactile feel of these, the marbles rolling down has that bejeweled kind of feel and Candy Crush kind of thing. So anybody that likes that type of game will really like this physical game.
That has Sonia's name. Yeah, that has Sonia's name written all over it.
Yep.
So, Oscar, you got Mystic Veil there.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have it already opened?
Yeah, it's open. You can see this is a card I played this weekend, in fact. These are the basic cards. You have 4 different colors. Green, red, And the trick here is that you have some with mana. It's over here. Mana and spoil. So you gotta build your card, trying to put this come with some sleeves. So you start buying them with the mana. Let's see if I can make this. Okay,
Yeah.
here. And then you start buying more and more. With that, making more mana. Some will give you victory points, and with others you will buy. Where are these? Over here.
Yes,
Okay.
Joe, we got it to work. Woo!
Yep.
So the thing here is that you are creating, you are crafting your card. You are making your card better this way, buying cards and making victory points, and that's it. But you have a lot of ways to build your cards because there are a lot of cards, and well, that's basically it. You build your card from nothing or from something, and try not to spoil because there are some that have this red spoil symbol. See if I can make it look better. Okay.
Yeah.
And you start showing them on the table. And once you show 3, you stop. You count your mana and you buy something. You can buy 2 cards on the same turn. But if you try to push your luck, you can show the next one. And if you got a 4 spoil token, a spoil symbol, then your mana, you lose your turn. But your mana token turns back to blue, and you can use this for 1 mana. Well, that's basically how this works. And I like it. I
You
like
like it?
It's not a deck builder. It's you're building your cards, and I like it more because you don't end up with a big ass mountain of cards.
Shuffling like a stack like that.
Oh yeah.
Trash
No,
it.
you just have your 20 cards, and you are making them better, better and better and better and better, making combos with your own cards.
Maggie, if I knew how to, apparently I screwed it up. So even after you told me how to do it, so sorry. Apparently I did it the wrong way. What else is new?
Get you
Well,
not ask
another
questions
thing-
She told me just the Q&A, and I don't know how to make the YouTube chat now that we're in the middle of this Hangouts. So
Next time.
exactly, that's what I said last time. Apparently I just need to get a tutorial from Maggie. Sorry.
But one more thing I wanted to say about Origins was that we actually got Pikachu's butt trending.
Yes.
I saw that.
What happened was there was a giant Pikachu in the middle of the gaming hall, because that's where the Pokemon area was. But right behind that were open gaming tables, and that's where everybody would meet. So whenever it would be like, hey, meet me to play this game, or where are you going to be? Pikachu's butt. So that's like the epicenter of where people were meeting. I was able to demo a couple games with some people, and they're like, okay, well, we can meet you after the con, whatever. Where should we meet you? I was like, okay, meet me behind Pikachu's butt. We'll be to his left.
Yeah, I saw that trending on Twitter. In fact, it's got its own Twitter handle now.
Yes.
Not sure who's behind the Twitter handle, though.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope they keep on doing the giant Pikachu, because the blue noodle that they've been using for previous years is to find where the people are.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of sad, and you don't really see it anymore. But you can definitely figure out where Pikachu's butt is.
Way up in the air. Nice. Sweet. Anything else we want to hit on before we...
Sounds like you have to
talk
make
about...
it a YT chat instead of a QA, silly.
I know. That's what I said.
I just want to point that out.
Right? Yes, make me a step-by-step, please, Maggie. Apparently I'm a dork.
Well, now you know better.
Yeah, she did. I know Tiff did the hashtag of it. I'm not sure who's behind. Nobody's copped to the Twitter handle itself that I know of. But sweet. Well, is there any P500s TC, that
Oh.
you've hit lately? I know you've been on vacation. Actually, before we run into that, I wanted to talk to you about the shop you hit in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, we
You were in
went to
Hawaii.
the Armchair Adventure in Honolulu, Hawaii. It was in the Dole Cannery Mall.
At Adult
And
Cannery Mall.
yeah, the Dole Cannery. There's like a mall next to the Dole Cannery. And
Nice.
it was in the industrial section of Honolulu, and that's when I realized that there's a lot of homeless people in Honolulu, Hawaii. I'm not entirely sure how they got there, but there are a lot of them. But the store itself was pretty good. It was a lot of war game miniatures there. This guy just painted all these miniature war game stuff, like tanks and everything, and it was pretty cool. They had it going, and they were running a D&D game, and yeah, it was a typical board game store. I picked up Silent Victory there because I figured since I was in Pearl Harbor and the Pacific, I'd pick up something that kind of reflected where I was at.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so yeah, if you ever happen to be in Honolulu, Hawaii, go to the Armchair Adventure. Really cool little store.
How big was it?
It's a mall-sized store. I mean, it was funny because like everything was on the sides, but in the middle they had 8 tables. So like everybody was in the middle. You had to like go around them to see everything that was on the shelf. I did see the new reprint of Raw. That looked nice.
Oh, nice. So they had a nice mix of games from Euros to America.
Euros. They had war games. They had what do you got? Warhammer, those miniatures things, and a huge selection of Star Wars miniatures.
Oh, nice.
And they had a table with a permanent star map on it. That was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What was the pricings there? Was it comparable to here?
It was comparable. The only thing that was real expensive was your groceries.
Yeah.
That was like, ooh, we won't go there. And oddly enough, spam is huge on an island.
Yes, it is.
You get spam everything. I wasn't quite prepared. Because I went to a sushi place, and I was like, oh, I could get sushi. What's on top of that? Well, I'll just get it. This tastes like spam. Yeah, it's spam, rice, and eggs wrapped in seaweed. Okay.
Oh, God.
I can have the raw fish instead, and then one spam.
I love sushi.
Oh, I do too. Do you know what I don't like? Spam.
Right? Oh yeah, have you played on the new board, Maggie? The reprint board on Raw is embossed. Swanky.
Yeah, it looks amazing. And like the chits have like all these Egyptian hieroglyphics and stuff. I'm not sure. It doesn't look. It looks like Tigers and Euphrates. They got rid of the wooden components, but if gameplay is the same, that's all I really care about. And I've been wanting Raw for a really long time because that's supposed to be one of the a perennial one of the board games you have to own and play. Apparently, it's Kenichi's top-rated game, I think.
I've heard people like the dice game more so than the board game, though.
Well, I have the dice game. I love it. It's good. Mm-hmm. I got it at Cloud Cap for half off, and now it's like worth a fortune, which is a nice steal for me.
Nice. That was on last year's sale there.
Yeah.
I almost grabbed it. You grabbed it before I did.
Yeah. I didn't get a lot this year, but last year I picked up a few other things that I knew weren't going. Well, anything by Rio Grande anymore, if you don't pick it up right off the bat, who knows when you're going to see. Unless it's Dominion. Dominion, they're going to reprint till Affinity. Right. But other Rio Grande games are really hard to get a hold of.
That one, there we go. Sweet. So that was the only game store you hit there?
Oh yeah, I was in Hawaii. I was at the beach, man.
Yeah, I didn't know if you scoped out if there was a bunch of them there or not.
Nah, I just went to the one.
Still good, miss the wooden sun tokens. Yes, Maggie. Of course you did. I need to play that. I want to play Raw. That's been on my list for a long time to play now. Yeah.
Well, I'll probably pick it up. We'll try it at some point, I'm sure.
So let's just hit on a couple of Kickstarters real quick because there's just two that I really want to mention. Scott King's 2017 gaming calendar is now up and doing phenomenally well, as it should. Still 13 days to go as of right now, but if you need a calendar, the calendars are amazing. I've gotten one every year for the last 3 years, and last year I was first backer. This year I was only second. So sorry, Scott. Slacking a little, but that is up, and it's already surpassed what he had the previous year. So kudos to him, and well deserved. You can get a base calendar or a custom calendar, so you can choose your own pictures of the games you want, and up to add 4 holidays to the calendar too for the custom. So pretty cool, really neat. And then this other one that looks pretty interesting by Michael Friesen is Whelps to Worms, which you are trying to grow your dragons and gain glory points. It's a kind of a tile laying with exploration style, and eating animals to grow your dragons, and then also fighting dragon hunters in between. So looks pretty cool. Looks like a different take on resource management. So just 2 I kind of wanted to throw out there. Anything TC for the P500? Our Kickstarter.
Yeah.
One.
Pericles made the cut, so I'm excited about that. That just happened the beginning of this month. The guy's 500, but I already P500 that one. I went ahead and there was an upgrade kit to Triumph and Tragedy. It's this great block game, but it comes on this paper mat, and the rule book's like littered with errors. So they're offering an upgrade kit. So I was like, yeah, bam, got that. I'm debating. There's a solitaire game called Mr. President, where you play the president.
That a solitaire?
Yeah, it's a solitaire game. I've been on the fence on that one. I don't know yet, but that as much as I've been enjoying, because instead of doing that one, when I found out Silent Victory was a sequel to The Hunters, I P500 the reprint of that, and they're making a sequel to The Hunters called The Hunted, because The Hunters was German U-boats from 39 to 43. And then The Hunted's from 43 on, where it goes really bad for the German U-boats.
Oh, nice.
So I went ahead and did those 2 based on the strength of Silent Victory. And there was some... Carissa made me P500 Illusions of Glory, which is a World War I war game based on the Russian front. And supposedly it's got scenarios so you can play it in like 2 hours instead of all day, which will be nice.
Nice. Sweet. Anything on Kickstarter?
Not that I've... No.
Yeah. I know you don't keep up on it, but I didn't know. And you've been out on vacation, so I didn't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything on Kickstarter. Did Scythe finally ship out?
Yeah, people have been getting Scythe.
Okay.
Did you
That's
back?
the only
You didn't
Kickstarter
back that
thing
one,
I've been
did you?
hearing out.
Huh?
I was thinking on backing that, but I didn't have the money to get on that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's on my list too. I'll end up picking it up, I'm sure. You didn't.
I think
did you
James is
see
getting a few copies. James says he was getting some copies in.
But I don't know if he was just getting just pre-ordered ones, or if he's getting some after. If he is, I'm definitely going to grab one. That's for sure.
Well, I'll find out tomorrow night for you.
Perfect. Yeah. If he does, have him put one in the back for me.
Okay.
I will definitely grab that. Anything on Kickstarter for you, Oscar? Do you back a lot of stuff?
I try to back only what I really, really, really like, because it's a mess and sometimes it's expensive getting a game here, because it's like, I don't know, a $17 game, it's $20 to get it here, sometimes $30, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy twice. I'm gonna pay twice the price of the game to get it here. It's not worth it. And sometimes when I see a game I really, 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 really want it, I get in touch with a friend and she lends me a PO box, and then I only get charged like 10% of the cost of the game. So I prefer to do that, but only with games that really want to get on Kickstarter. It's not I wait for the store to get it or something. And what I have backed lately on Kickstarter is Analog Gaming, the renaissance of indie tabletop games from Edward Linder. He's doing a documentary on board games.
Which one?
Analog Gaming, a documentary about the renaissance of indie tabletop games. I will put the link here on the chat. Already over, but I did my part.
Nice.
I am seeing stocks or shoes or something, but I'm still thinking about it.
Oh.
15 more days. Skinner's is the name. I got a friend that goes to work and he always takes his shoes off, and I'm like, man, we gotta get this. We gotta get this. We gotta get this. Man, it's like shoes, but not shoes. And yeah, we're both very excited about that one.
Nice. Yeah, I was going to ask you, shipping down to Mexico is probably just as expensive as shipping to across seas, it seems like, huh?
Yeah, and it's a problem because every time I gotta get a game for a review,
Mm-hmm.
6 to 8 weeks, because it
Wow.
gets on the border and they have to do all this, and 6 to 8 weeks. I got, which one was it? Common Decency. It came from the United Kingdom and it took less than some game from California. Less
Wow.
time from the United Kingdom to here than from California. I can go there walking, well, not walking, but in a car, and it's faster. And I can do that to the United Kingdom.
Wow. Yeah. So, Brian, anything I know you've been back at Origins, so you've probably seen all the new shiny things, so what do you got there?
Well, I believe it just came out today, is the Quiver gaming mats. It's the version 2 of them
Yeah.
that I am really excited about because I've been looking at them, I've been wanting them, and now they're available. And I actually just measured my table, and the medium-sized one seems to be the perfect size for my table. So hopefully I'm going to be looking at that and maybe backing that tonight.
I saw that go up. Have you got their mats before?
I've never had their mats, but I've been looking for something like neutral to put down on the table because I'm tired of people like clawing at my cards when they're trying to pick stuff up.
Sweet. Do they come in different sizes? How much are they? Do you know?
I think the one I'm looking at is 135.
Wow.
And I think they come in. I think there's 3 different designs. There's like 2 neutral ones and one like space design.
Uh-huh.
And they have a really cool like player board size, like a 14 by something. Smaller one has a real cool like a neon design on it, but I kind of want one of the big ones.
Oh, right on. Anything else?
That's it about right now.
Did you see Yokohama? Was that at Origins?
If it was there, I didn't see it.
By TMG?
I don't believe I saw it there.
Okay. I wasn't sure if they had it there. It's on Kickstarter right now, and it looks pretty cool.
Metal coins, baby.
Metal
It's got
coins.
metal coins.
Yes. 10 days to go, and
Do it. I want to play it. Do it.
You're doing it.
I'm in debt to GMT right now, dude.
Yeah, it probably won't take much of a twisting of arms because I don't have a lot back right now. So, I may. So, anything else we want to hit on before we wrap it up?
One thing I want to hit on, it's not board game related, but I've been playing Lego Dimensions with my son, and I got the Doctor Who kit, so I got Doctor Who and the TARDIS and K9, and that's just really awesome to play Batman with Gandalf with Doctor Who. It's just the most awesome thing I've ever seen in my life. It's great.
That's awesome. You haven't got any of the Scooby-Doo ones yet?
Yes, he's got the Scooby-Doo and Shaggy and some Ninjago, and so yeah, I had to get the Doctor. It was just the newest one. And the best thing is when the Doctor dies, he regenerates to all his old reincarnations.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I've got like Tom Baker running around and Colin Baker and Matt Smith, and I'm geeking out hardcore off a game I bought like for him like in December. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, sorry, Maggie, I didn't see your post on there. Hope I was looking at today on Kickstarter. That does look interesting. I just kind of watched a little bit of it. I was going to get into it a little bit more. Overseers, I'm not familiar with. And then Drop X, that's Daniel Solis's Jason Tagmeyer, I believe, is producing, right? If I got my Kickstarters correct. But Drop X looks pretty cool. And then, like I said, Hope. I just watched the video, so I'm not too familiar with any of the mechanics that are there.
Hey, does Maggie work at a game store?
She works at Mock Sporting House and Card Kingdom, one of the two.
We should take a trip up there, Jason.
I was up there a couple weeks ago.
I need to take a trip up there, Jason.
You need to take a trip up there. I'm always game to go up to Mox. It's awesome up there.
Cool.
My home away from home. My second favorite, only because it's so far away. Cloudcap's closer.
Yeah,
awesome
well,
too.
Next time you hit Seattle, let me know. I want to get up there. I want to meet her in person and check out the place she works at.
Yeah. I'm always for a road trip to Seattle.
Sweet. Isn't Sasquatch coming up? No, that's after Essen.
Yeah.
Maybe we should head up there for Sasquatch.
Oh, yeah. Sweet. Right on. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Joe, for joining us and harassing us. And I will try to get the actual YouTube thing working.
What is working now?
With more than 10 hours notice. It was like 16, something like that. You know, who needs notice? Me and the thing is, Sonia and I decided to take a trip up there because it was our anniversary, and we decided to hop up there. And I'm like, and trying to get some people we know, and I messaged Maggie, and she's like, "Well, it's 10 hours notice." I'm like, "Your point is what?" So, it is all good. So, anyways, well, thank you, Brian, for joining.
Thank
Oscar, your first time, so thank you. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, thank you.
Good to meet you, Oscar. Good to meet you and see you. It's awesome.
It's great. It's better than expected.
No, it's all, I like getting. It's nice to get that perception from down south because I mean we get kind of spoiled up here, unfortunately. So it's great to talk to somebody who games and stuff down there and keeps up on it and to compare the differences.
And it struggles with it. No, and I wanted to say, let me see if I can do this right. How is that you made it to? Okay, here it is. How do I share the screen?
The what? The chat?
Let me see. Yeah.
Oh, the screen share?
Yeah. Do you see this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This right here is the space we get on the convention. And here it is. And all of this is the 2 rooms that are rented for the convention. So I'm feeling like it should stop being called gaming convention because it's a comic and gaming convention, and I don't think it's the right thing to be called anymore. But hey, I do my part there. I fill the place, and well, I do my best. But I wanted to rant about it because it's not fair. It's not fair.
No, it's not. So, is gaming pretty popular down in Mexico? I mean, overall. I mean, obviously you got a small section there, but is there a pretty thriving community, at least in your area?
Yeah, well, here in Monterrey, I have a middle group. I have some friends, and I can count like maybe 50, 60 people all around. But from Monterrey to Mexico, it's a lot bigger in Mexico. There's a middle group there that every Tuesday and Thursday they get together in McDonald's, in Carl Jr., in different places. They get discounts and all that. And I'm like, man, I am closer to the border. English is much more fluent over here. They got 10 times players as I can get over here. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah. But it seems to be picking up. I mean, it seems to be getting more and more, though. Does there seem to be some growth there?
Well, it's growing. It's growing a lot because
Good.
I don't know. 5 years ago, I could get maybe 10 people around me, and now I can get 50, 60 people. So I know it's growing, and
Good.
I'm really happy about that.
Sweet. That's good. It's good to hear. So, right on. Well, thank you. Hopefully, we can make this. You make it more often. And now that we got kind of a schedule going. And thanks, TC, for coming on again.
Yeah. Always here for you, Jason.
Right.
So, thank you, Joe. Yep. Now that I've got the Q&A thing, and then maybe Megan teach me how to do the right way, and then, maybe I get it actually all working at once.
And Joe, you don't need questions. Just ramble. It's awesome.
Right on. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.